What is process analysis? Process analysis takes an as-is process model as input and uses different methods in order to find out about weaknesses and issues with a process. In essence, there are two different types of process analysis. On the one hand, with qualitative process analysis, we aim to understand and interpret facts about a process in order to identify issues. When we conduct quantitative process analysis, we use measurements in order to understand how a process works and what may be its weaknesses and issues. Why are we interested in qualitative process analysis? Well, the reason is that issues with a process are usually not that obvious and easy to understand. For that reason, we want to understand the complete lists of issues of a process. We want to make sure that we do not miss any of these issues. That's the first thing. As a second thing, we try to understand what is the impact of each of these issues. Issues differ in terms of their relevance, and we want to focus on those issues that are most important. Third, we want to understand what are the root causes behind the issues. This is of particular importance when we try to find out what we can do better in order to avoid issues in the future. There are different types of qualitative analysis methods. The first one is value-added analysis. We take the as-is process model and break down each of the activities into their atomic steps. For each of these steps, we then try to discuss and understand if there are certain things that are unnecessary that we do. It could be that we have unnecessary transportations. It could be that we have unnecessary movements. It could also be that we have unnecessary waiting times. Value-added analysis tries to identify such unnecessary steps. The second type of qualitative analysis methods is the issue register. The issue register acknowledges that we may not only identify issues when we do an analysis with the process at a particular stage, but it may be ongoing and that we continuously observe that something is not running perfect with the process. If such a case occurs, we can record it in the issue register. We may, for instance, record that a particular customer has complained about a matter. We may also write down that an employee finds that a certain step is not necessary for the process. And we may also observe certain defects with particular products and that we want to find out why these particular defects occurred. At many stages, we want to find out about the reasons behind certain issues. In order to discuss these potential explanations for a particular issue, we use the cause-effect diagram. We also often talk about root cause analysis in this context, because we try to understand why a certain issue is occurring. The cause-effect diagram describes potential causes in terms of 6 categories, all starting with the letter M, in terms of measurement, material, machine, milieu, man, and method. We may use these categories to brainstorm what could be potential reasons for the issue. For example, if we consider the category man, it may be all kinds of causes that are related to the people that are working in the process. One thing that is important for the cause-effect diagram is that these are potential causes. That means we collect different hypotheses that could explain the issue. This is the starting point for further investigations in order to find out if these are truly the causes behind the issue.